The Village Basket supports adult literacy classes throughout Kenya. The project is headed up by our field director, Patrick Malasi, who has both developed the literacy program itself as well as taught students and trainers for over 30 years. The majority of the students come from tribes like the Maasai in southwestern Kenya. The literacy programs have been developed in the various mother tongues, Swahili and English. And now let's hear from Pastor Malasi.
I am born in Western Kenya. I have a family, a wife and 4 children. I am the literacy training coordinator working across East Africa. Normally what we do, I train community leaders and church leaders to do literacy programs among their communities. Our literacy program starts by awareness creation, where we go into the community and explain the need for literacy programs. Then it is followed up with materials production, where we do produce materials that are used for teaching the non-readers. Then it is followed by the training. And I want to briefly explain about the training. These are the materials that we use for training. And I want just to do a very simple lesson, a demonstration of a very simple lesson like this, how we do it. The lesson has 2 picture words. You explain the picture words, then we break them into syllables, and then again build them. You teach the boxes. After that, we also have flashcards or word cards that we use for teaching. Then you read a scripture from the Bible. Then you teach the story. This is the story. After this, you will teach them writing, because writing is an important component of teaching them to read and to write. These are the books that we use for training and teaching literacy. There are 3 books, and each book has 30 lessons. The 30 lessons, each day you take 1.5 hours to 2 hours. This in the end will take about 12 months to 18 months to take the learner through all these 3 booklets. And when it is taught effectively, the learner is able to read and to write in that given language. When it comes to the training of the teachers, the training takes between 3 and 5 days. And this depends on the level of literacy of those that are participating in the training. And this training, we take them through a very extensive training. At the end of the 3 or 5 days, they will be able to instruct the learners very effectively. The teachers require a package of materials, so these materials are also used for both the teacher and the learner. These books cost about $2.5 US for the 3 booklets, but there are other materials that are needed, and so for the total cost of the materials will come to about $35 US to be able to take through your learner through the program. There are challenges for people who cannot read or write in Africa. They are the most disadvantaged one. Some of them have in case lost their land or tricked to sign off or to sell their properties without their knowledge. There are those that suffer because of, let's say, this primary care. For example, diarrhea, when the children are diarrheaing, to be able to minister just oral dehydration. The need to keep cleanliness, especially with the mothers. So when the mother is when the mother is literate, that also contributes to the health and care of the family. That is why it is very, very important that each one of them should get an opportunity to be able to become literate.
In our community, we have a number of illiterate people. They are very much discouraged They don't look like they are part of the community because they are not educated. Sometimes a number of them get lost on the way since they don't know how to communicate with other people. They only know the one language, that is your mother tongue language. So it's a big challenge to them, for them to communicate with other people, since our country is a country of visitors all over. So it is my prayer that as from today, they will be able to communicate with other people fluently and without any other problem. You find some of them while doing business, they get a very bad challenge in selling their goods and the resources, since they are no education, they don't know how to read, they don't know how to write. So you find them getting challenged. Some of them even lost their property through illiteracy, like title deed. You find them signing wrong documents to the wrong people. So it's a big challenge to them. They lost their property since they are illiterate.
Nimeweza kujua mimi mwenyewe vitu nijaijua.
I've get to know the things that I've never known.
Hata vitu vingine ninaanza kusoma.
I can now read a lot of things.
Na mimi sijui kusoma, lakini wakati nimeanza kufundishwa nimeanza kujua.
And there before I didn't know how to read even a single letter.
Na moyo wangu amefurahia sana kupata.
So I'm so glad in my heart
kupata msaada kama hiyo.
That now I can be able to do what I've never done before.
She is Narikungera from the family of Letolu. She's from Masai Mara. And I've joined this school of illiteracy due to my education I'm of age, so my education is gone. But today I thank God because I've joined the school. So I have got visions. And this far I know how to read. I know one name, that is the name of the goat in Maasai. I also know how to read the name Nkene, that is the rope Maasai name, rope Maasai name. And that, as from today, I know how to read the two names.
Okay, my name is William. So I came from here Sekenani, and I am a Christian. I was working in tourism as a tour guide, and actually here we are here because of training, and actually we need to help our community, because our community, there is many people who they don't go to school. They are not able to write and read. And actually, we appreciate our training, and Jonathan and the pastor, and also the visitors that they came here because of to help our community.
There is still a great need for literacy, given that the adult literacy in some parts of Africa are still very low. You may find that 1 out of 3 are illiterate. Sometimes 1 out of 2, like in Maasai land. Recently a study was done among the Pokots. The literacy rates in that particular place is very, very high. So the need is still great, and we are looking up to you to be able to stand with us. And especially in the area of materials production, there are not many people who are doing materials like this, and especially materials that are designed for teaching adults. We have the expertise and are able to provide this kind of materials with your support. And I want also to invite you and thank you for those who have participated, and welcome those of you who would you feel to be a part of this ministry to partner with us. Thank you so very much, and God bless you.